There are 10,000 high school teams in America playing the oldest and fastest growing sport in the USA, the Native American game, lacrosse. A game invented to replace war. A game known as Little War in the Mohawk language, inspiring the movie's title, Sport of War. Finally, a film has been made not only about this remarkable sport of poetic finesse and paradoxical, fierce violence. This documentary, directed by T. Patrick Murray, the award-winning director of The Last Game from ESPN. Murray chose to personify this pastime of passion and historical pacifism by profiling the #1 ranked high school team in America. The film follows them for their incredible 2011 season, where they sought their first national championship. Coached by John Nostrand, the recently honored Coach of the Year, and his able assistants, the Fords from the Haverford School in Philadelphia are a team not simply deep with athletic talent, but unique in the breadth of ethnic and economic diversity, the brotherhood bond of friendship within the team that is blind to athletic ability. What appeared to be a sport for boarding school elites played by white trust fund brats has been shattered as a stereotype, as lacrosse, or lax, is proven to be not just the sport of the past, but inevitably the most popular sport of the future. And the story of the 2011 season of the Haverford School, who must play the #2 and #9 nationally ranked teams in the toughest schedule in the nation and win 23 straight games to retain the coveted #1 spot on the ESPN ranking system. Well, some stories, like this 1 in a million tale of what Nostrand's players achieved, must simply be seen to believed. Watch the trailers at thelaxmovie.com and look for Sport of War in the spring of 2012 by Independent Film Studios and T. Patrick Murray. Sport of War, the true story of the #1 lacrosse team in America.
I think I love lacrosse, probably because it's a mixture of sports. I love hockey, I love basketball, I love football. And when you mix them all together, I get lacrosse. You get like the contact of hockey. You also get some contact that's similar to football, but not usually.
So I think like kids stepped up, like Carl said, Brent stepped up, like the defense stepped up, gave us a lot of possession at the end. And
this is Sam Rohr, the little left-handed midfielder, splits the D, comes in shot, and it squeaks its way in. Sammy Rohr.
Assisted.
Haverford again in their commemorative blue jerseys. Inside shot, goal.
Carl Walrath to Henry Blinn.
Henry Blinn. My goodness, Hupp! My goodness! Hupfeldt working the left side. Inside shot and a goal! Holds her nose because here goes the cold water.
117.
Joe McCallion again with a face-off win. Breaker. Shot and a goal. Joe McCallion. Again, and Walters up top. Brent Tomlinson. Shot feeds it inside. And Gavin McBride.
Gavin McBride stepped up because it was me, him, and Rego, and because Gavin played like a good amount, but he didn't have that. His role increased when Carl got.
Okay.
So I think that was like a really big time for the team.
I love the ball movement. I love like the beauty of the game of like a backdoor cut or like a give and go. That's just like great to watch.
Everyone plays so different, throws different. Everyone catches different. Everyone has their own playing style, like what they're good at. And, like I really like that.
guys accomplished something nobody else has ever done, certainly at Haverford, and we were 23-0 and the best team in the country. And in my mind, probably the best lacrosse team ever to play the game since they started doing all this stuff. No one will ever be able to take away what we did as a school, as a team.
I love the ball movement. I love like the beauty of the game of like a backdoor cut or like a give and go. That's just like great to watch.
Everyone plays so different, throws different. Everyone catches different. Everyone has their own playing style, like what they're good at. And, like I really like that.
Like you look back, you look at the guys on the sideline, you look at the guys on the field, you look at your coach, you're like, we got this. Like, you know, we've been put in position of adversity before.
I just remember like going down the bus, just sitting next to Warner, and just thinking about the game, like all the hype going into the game, like us being #1, like all the magazines and stuff, and then like having to go out there and prove it for the first time, just as a team, like was huge. And like we started off, like everybody was real nervous, and like we had turnovers and stuff, but that was like we knew that was gonna come, but we never really panicked. And like at halftime we were down, but St. Paul's was definitely one of the best teams we played this year. Yeah, they were probably one of the best teams we faced offensively.
You sure it doesn't always have within the signs of the next people? I think some great pieces
I think they're underrated because they might have lost some games in the MIA, but I definitely think they're one of the top teams we played.
St. Paul scores. St. Paul makes it 10-9. 9 seconds left. 12 seconds to go in the game. St. Paul scores. St. Paul makes it 10-9.
And I don't know, just with our team, just found a way to win it.
But we're down to 3 seconds. And that's it. Haverford wins. The #1 team in the country beats St. Paul's 10-9. Great game here at St. Paul.
After we played St. Paul's, we kind of had a little, not like an easy game, but Loyola was a little bit, you know, not as good as St. Paul's, so it made it a little easier for us to just kind of get our feet back under us after like a pretty big game. And then we went back down to Baltimore to play McDonough, and the last time we went down to McDonough was our sophomore year, and we kind of got worked. We were like winning 1-0 at halftime, and we ended up losing like 9-1, and our coaches were furious, so that was a rough thing. So going back down there, that same place was a little bit tough, but it's kind of a similar thing to St. Paul's. We came out a little bit slow, and then we ended up being down at halftime, which was kind of a theme that we saw a lot throughout the year. And then we kind of rallied in the third quarter, which was kind of our thing, with a lot of goals by Hub. And then we just kind of closed it out and ended up winning by, I think, 2 goals. It was 12-10, I think, was the final. So.
Haverford gets another one. In my mind, probably the best lacrosse team ever to play the game since they started doing all this stuff.
Talking to each other about like what we could do senior if we just keep working, and like to actually do it's awesome. Like it's like it's so ridiculous.
Played hard. We made plays when we needed to make plays. Haverford gets another one. And then at the end, when we did what we did.
Like 58 seconds left, they had the ball. You know, it just didn't seem right. Like, you know, like this isn't supposed to happen. Like I can't even believe it. Like, yeah, I seriously, it was like, you know, I just couldn't believe what was happening. And you know, Carl came up big, had a nice goal, and it was just another face-off. And
that was probably the first time all year, besides maybe the end of St. Joe's Prep, that I thought we had a chance of losing. Like being down at halftime all the times, like you look back, you look at the guys on the sideline, you look at the guys on the field, you look at your coach, you're like, we got this. Like, you know, we've been put in position of adversity before, and this is not like abnormal, but not to that extent. Like that, the way that game was played was so different than any other game that we've been down, because we were down until 32 seconds left, obviously, and then we tied it up. But it was just, we played the whole game. I feel like we talk about this a lot, like all year, like afraid to make mistakes, kind of like afraid to lose. And that's we got away from that a little bit in the beginning, and I felt like even in Lawrenceville a little bit, I felt like myself talking for myself, like trying to like prevent myself from making mistakes, like to screw up something that would have been so great, that is so great. It just would have been, you know, a little. I mean, I guess we played it differently, and that was the first time I thought that we could have actually lost a game all year.
There's a part of the face-off, which is the draw, and then, you know, there's a ground ball, which it scored it out. He got it, put it behind him, and, you know, I was just like, you know, like I'm getting the ball, like, and you know, I thought he got it first, but I went to check his stick, so the ball came out. That happened, then it went the other way, and, you know, I just wanted. I mean, I think if anyone else was in my position, they would have done the same thing, you know.
We had one guy stand out the side of the huddle, and I'll remember this forever. And it was Carl. He's like, just don't panic.
Every time we would get on offense, you know, we just couldn't get a goal. And I remember looking down, because I was attacked, so I had to sit, you know, at the midfield line. And I could see the clock, you know, I'd look up, and there's 10 minutes left, and our defense is still playing, you know, they make a save, and I'm like, okay, you know, we still got time, you know, we don't score, then it was like 8 minutes left, you know, we didn't, still got time, all the way down to, you know, it's like about like 2 or 3 minutes left, and then we get the ball back, and then, you know, I still thought we had time, and then the only time I felt panic, which was, like Warner said, besides for St. Joe's in overtime, this is probably the first time all year I actually felt like a little panicked and a little nervous that, you know, this one might slip away.
Just, hey, everyone, don't worry about anything. And in his own mind, for the first time, and I've been telling him for years, I'm like, dude, why don't you just play so hard that when you walk off the field, everyone's like, who is that guy?
You know, I remember them throwing a pass, and I saw Gorn right there, and, you know, I just ran up, and, you know, we ended up jumping that kid and getting the ball back.
And he did it a lot, but he really did it that night. And in his own way, he's like, don't panic, don't panic.
I remember them throwing a pass, and I saw Gorn right there, and, you know, I just ran up, and, you know, we ended up jumping that kid and getting the ball back. And like I said, after that, you know, I wanted to go into it with like you know, we still have time. And once we got the ball back, I felt like a relief. But, you know, that little 10-second period there is probably like the worst 10 seconds of the season for me, because that's when I really thought, you know.
And really, what he was saying to all you guys is like, get the fuck out of my way and give me the ball.
Like, we got time, and like I knew, like because it would have been bad to panic. But, like with 58 seconds left, you know, it's a lot of time. You can get a good shot out of it, and you know, instead of like just taking it and someone going to the goal right away, we worked it around, and like we used all the time we could, and it worked out. So.
And he scored 2 goals within 40 seconds. And it was awesome. So the senior leadership this year was unbelievable. You guys have the world in front of you, the young guys.
You can like.
Older guys, Get it done. Don't forget your base. Don't forget what Coach Lovey and Coach Patron, Coach Marcel, and Coach O'Grady taught you. Because the bottom line is, if you work hard, and no one will ever be able to take that away from you. And my wife, she said to me all summer, it's over when I say it's over. And that cup right there, I'm going to say that this thing is the culmination, and I'm not in very good shape, of a lot of hard work.
This is a demonstration of flip format. 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 This is a demonstration of flip format.
God bless you guys. Thank you very much. You know, I don't know how you guys did it. I don't know how you got through Wilson Hall, how you got through Garnet Valley and whenever that was, the Bailey brothers and Matt Walters. Okay.
I know like the history, so like actually stepping in freshman year, like with everyone else, like you really become one of like those players that like you used to look up to. And I think we really experienced that after the game. Like we knew we accomplished that. Like when little kids came up to us like asking for autographs, and like that was awesome. We really wanted to be like what the kids talked about. Like I remember when I was growing up, like I always used to watch like John Holiday, Kyle Warren, like Peter Cannon, Brendan Cannon, like Foster Gilbert, like all those guys. Like it was just like awesome, like finally, because then like once we actually won, like, I felt like we had like accomplished that as well.
After we won this championship, and after we were named national champions, I really feel like we earned our spot.
Because when push came to shove, we did it the right way.
And I really feel like we, not that we wouldn't have been a part of like the great Haverford lacrosse tradition, but that really like capped it all off. I was like, I mean, all of us, once we did that, that made us part of the greats that played at Haverford.